just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move.
What's going on? We're back. know how we do this. Hey, city, gender, let's get it. Come on. It's not a problem. You know what we're getting into.
Nothing can stop me.
Nothing can stop you. Oh. Looking good. Smelling better. Yeah, we may be having issues tonight because, again, systems are being taxed tonight because of, online people are streaming and watching the election coverage. Everything is going to get taxed tonight. So what it's a little better. It was a reference. Okay, so we'll turn it down. So I got an eye on it. All right, so here's the thing. Any IT brothers in IT, I'm on IT. You build it while you fly it, baby. But here's the thing. Keep the engagement up over 50%. That's all I ask. From what I see, the stream is better now. I had to go in and, I'm a pro at what I do. So little jig, jag, move some things around. So here we go. Here we go. 4 ways for you ladies, four ways that you women just lose men. Men of all stripes, but high value men in particular. And why is high value always high in the topic so much, guys? Well, first of all, it's YouTube. And I do what works. Number one. Number two, let's be honest, guys. If you're an RP dude, you understand the Petro principle, the 80-20 rule. 80% of women want 20% of the men. For 20% of men, 100% of women want the 20% of men. And it's only getting worse. So, like it or not, high value, no matter how you slice it, is here to stay, and it's always been with us. Alpha, beta, select, non-select, popular, non-popular. But here's the thing. What I need you ladies to understand is men across the board don't like these 4 things. Now, if you've heard me talk about this before, I talk about what is unfortunately, someone else named it this, and I'm just going to shout out BJ Zipmore. I heard him say this term, the black woman's pathology. And when I say that, I need you to, before you get triggered, just listen to what I'm about to say. Whenever we start talking about men, when women, for the longest, women have had the conversation, have had your list, the things you like, don't like. Men need, you're the prize. Men are from Mars. Women are from Venus. And, all these pejorative, negative things to say about guys. But like it or not, since it's come around, the world has gotten a lot more serious. And women worldwide are realizing that womanism, feminism, being strong, independent, college educated don't really mean nothing. Listen to my show last night. I had women. If you listen to my show, I have woman after woman after woman after woman calling in, talking about a PhD, or their degree or this or that. But just like that, they still want to be able to be married to a strong, traditional, high earning man so they don't have to be work to pay any significant bills after being married and pregnant. But the funny thing is, many of you ladies talk about you want men to lead. Okay, but you have a problem with being under male authority. Don't talk to me about you want men to lead if you chafe at authority. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How many times have you heard somebody say, I want a man to lead, I want a traditional man, I want a strong man, but then you turn around and have that very same woman wanting to question how a man leads. And that's not going to work with men who are the bag, with men who are ambitious, with men who are purpose and goal driven, productive, competitive, successful men. They're not going to come home and negotiate power with you. I lead, you follow. I have all the responsibility. I make a world to where you can sit down and I take care of everything, but you have to be under my authority. And what that means is you have to trust in the fact that I know what I'm doing, to where I'm not going to have you nag me 11 million times. Last night's broadcast, I talked about the definition of a high value woman. And for those who weren't there, let me give you a quick recap. A high value woman is attractive and appealing. She has a comforting character. She's discerning and disciplined. She's enthusiastic and exuberant. She's loyal and liberating. That's the definition of a high value woman. But let me give you the definition of a low value woman. A low value woman. And I'm going to change the title of this to low value woman. Because women that I'm about to talk about right now, I don't care how you look. I don't care how tight your body is. I don't care how feminine you may be. I don't care how graceful or cultured or whatever. If you do these four things, you are a low value woman in most men's eyes. All right, let's see where we're at. 900 people watching. Uh-oh. Is the notifications going back? Is this slowed down again? Damn it. Oh my God. All right. All right, here we go. Let's start this over again. A high value woman versus low value woman. Let's see. Before I get into it, I want to be here. All right, here we go. We're moving. So let's get into it. I need to go ahead and get on into this. Let's go ahead and get on into this. Number one, here are the signs of a low value woman. Just a second. Four signs of a, hold on guys. Four signs of a low value woman. The four signs of a low value woman. The first one, she operates a lot in shame. What is shame? Shame, noun, a painful feeling of humiliation or distress caused by consciousness wrong or foolish behavior. A low value woman uses these four things to control, manipulate, dominate, get her way, check people, whatever you want to start off. And her first thing is shame. Taking case in point, let's say some of the things when women come to my channel Here's a shaming tactic. They use shaming tactics. Yo mama black. You hate women. Shaming tactics. Shame, shame, shame. Shame is one of the 4 major arrows of a low value woman. It's part of a low value woman's pathology. You cross the board. I don't care what you have on paper. When women operate in these areas, they diminish their value to low. Because if you really have a good argument, you should not have to shame somebody. Shaming is just a way to get control of the conversation. Shame is different than insults. Shame is used to turn a positive into a negative. Shame, again, shaming tactics. Success shaming. Oh, well, you think you better than everybody because now you lost weight or because you got some money. Shaming tactics meant to keep you stuck. People who can't win the argument tend to use shaming tactics. And that's the number 1. That's the S in the sign. Another sign of a low value woman is she often insults. Insults. Often insults. To speak or treat with disrespect or scornful abuse. You gay. You got a little pee-pee. You ugly. You this, you that. Insults. Oh my goodness. Think how often you will hear someone when they're losing an argument or can't stand on the merits of the argument, they want to come out with an insult. In debate, it's called an ad hominem, against the man. The first person to get off the topic and start making personal insults is the one that loses. Insult. Low value women, playbook, pathology, shame, shaming tactics, insults. And the insults can be your height, your weight, your money, the way you look. Insults, they are more ready to give an insult than a compliment. Matter of fact, not only do they insult, they take pride in their insults. And if you can't take their insults, they shame you. Oh, look at you. You too weak. Again, shaming tactics. You're supposed to be able to handle their insults. And see, low value women feel like people should be able to handle them. That's not working. No one wants to handle a woman. So if you use shame as a tactic to get your way, you may be low value. If you're often insulting to get your way or to shut people up or shut people down, you may be low value. You notice the next one? S and the I. Next thing, let's go with the G. The G is guilt. Guilt. The fact of having committed let me see. How are we doing tonight, folks? How are we doing tonight? Let me go ahead and let's see where we're at. Get the engagement up. We're doing pretty good. Even though we had a rocky start with this internet over here, we're doing okay. In the chat room, ask yourself a question. Have you ever had anyone try to shame you for when just because you were right? Guilt. Making someone feel guilty, especially in order to induce them to do something. Guilt, a manipulation. Your mama black is not only a shaming tactic, it's a guilting tactic. It's made to move you under control. See, these things are somewhat passive and somewhat aggressive. Shame, insults, and guilt are ways to manipulate control, exert power. And it's not done in a physical way, it's done in an emotional way. Physical bruises and scars and attacks heal. Emotional ones go on forever. Low value women specialize in low value, high potency shame, guilt, and insult attacks. They're good at them, guilting you. Oh, you're going out with your boys? Okay, well, oh, you must not love me. Guilt. Meaning that if you don't do what you want them to do, you're a bad person. Four signs of a woman that's low value. See, a high value woman, by contrast, she's appealing and attractive. She has a comforting character. Her character, a high value woman, is comforting in her character. She's not going to shame you, insult you, or guilt you. She's going to lift and build people up. She's enthusiastic and exuberant about things. She's, like I said, she's liberating. Low value women are the opposite. They are burdensome. A high value woman is a feminine asset. A low value woman is a liability. And it typically is a masculine liability, but it can be a feminine liability. There are some feminine low value women. Make no mistake. And last, the last sign that a woman may be low value is this one: the incessant need to be right. I have video after video after video after video after video of me having conversations with women here who will argue you into the ground. If you've ever dealt with somebody who absolutely needs to be right, let me explain the root of this. There are many, the need to be right can be rooted in different things. But firstly, the need to be right is often a mask for insecurity. The person is concerned how others perceive them, and if they're wrong or they felt like they're not meeting whatever expectations, they will force themselves to be right. People who need to be right tend to be masking insecurity. Insecure about what? That's a different subject. One of the best things that you can learn is to let it go. You don't need to be right. Just relax and being correct. Think about the young lady I was talking to the other day, the 26-year-old virgin, who kept on wanting to argue about fornication and the Bible, the Bible. Wait till you listen to this call. All of the things in there: shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right, low value. Just because you're a virgin and a Christian doesn't make you high value when you move in the way you do. You'll see it. It'll be laid out and you'll be like, wow, all of this to prove to be right on something. And see, low value women, why they lose men, especially high value men, they are more concerned. They want to win the argument, but they lose the man. Low value women win the argument and lose men. Many of your mothers are low value. Why? There's a reason your dad ain't around. And oftentimes we are told that all the dads are just horrible people. No. Cannot be mathematically impossible. Many times the guy was like Jenny Mai's father and just got tired of being beat down with a woman who was domineering and needed to be right, to where he just had to leave. broke his heart to leave his family and everything else, but it was either leave or die. This happens often. Go back to that video when I said, when will you ever see a mother-daughter have this kind of conversation? The need to be right out of all of these is the most destructive because it's rooted in insecurities that you, I, everybody else cannot know or understand. It's like, why are you arguing over this insignificant point? Oftentimes when I talk to someone, they'll have a need to be right. And I'm like, you've lost the overall big picture. Case in point with the 26-year-old virgin. My point was overall, you're worried about fornication, whether or not it's the sin. Granted, it's a sin, but the fact that you're a disagreeable, angry young woman makes it to where no one wants to be around you and you have a problem letting anyone get close to you. Fornication is on down the list, on down the line. But see, when someone is insecure, they can hammer this point because they can't handle what comes before or after it. Ladies, I need you to ask yourself a question. I saw the sign. I saw the sign. Do you move in any of these ways? And see, here's the sad thing. There are a lot of really well-meaning women who were poisoned from birth and in their childhood. A lot of women today are walking around with poison and cancers of the spirit that has been put into them by their family, by their community, by their church, by many things. And you got a lot of, because kids are innocent. They pick up the environment. Like when I was talking to the young girl the other day, said, you're far too angry to be 22 years old. I make no bones about it that there are many women today who are walking around miserable in their lives because they never had a chance, because their mothers, their grandmothers, their aunties, the culture, whoever. But here's the thing. While that is true, I say this often to you and me, this is a reality. The world does not owe either of us understanding. These are first world problems. We don't live in a world where we have to actually grow our own food and make sure, and survival is the order of the day. You know, hundreds and hundreds of years ago, people woke up in the morning and they did everything they could do just to survive, to have enough caloric intake of food to make sure you didn't go hungry. Everyone. Make sure you had food, water, shelter, just the basics. These are first world problems to where you can have women who are 37 years old and haven't had relationships for 12 years worrying about who should pay or whether or not to have sex on the third date. See, shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. The signs they attach to the basic human emotion of anger. I don't know how many of you guys have watched Star Wars, but Star Wars has the Jedi and the Sith. And the Jedi have to go through the light side of the Force, which is a longer path. The Sith can become more powerful quicker because they go down the dark side of the Force. And the dark side of the Force is rooted in anger. Anger is one of the first emotions that we can get as an adult. Why? Put a baby with another baby and see one of the babies take another baby's toy. And a baby will get angry. He knows anger. But does he know understanding? I mean, He knows how to feel love, but does he know how to give love? Anger is one of the first emotions that develops because anger gets shit done. Shout out to American Gods, the Spider God. Anger gets shit done. Anger is a valuable emotion, but it's incomplete. A lot of you women are angry, and angry gets shit done. I mean,
I'm a PhD.
you're a PhD, angry as hell. You got your dog angry as hell. Strong, masculine, independent, don't need no man. Anger gets shit done. But see, the thing is, anger is limited. It only has on off. And anger neuters your development in other areas. So often you'll have women call in here who they become so angry, they don't even know why they're angry anymore. But yet they still present with a strong, deep voice. You got women calling in with voices deeper than mine. And all these are signs that the world sees and says, like it or not, ladies, the world looks at that and says that woman is of lower value. What use is an angry woman to the world? Look in the Bible. Better to live on the corner of a roof than deal with a scornful woman. No matter any culture, any place in the world, they will tell you that dealing with angry women is a no-go. All right, I said get my likes up. Y'all haven't done it, so. Get my likes up. We're going to need at least 5 more people to drop something in there on election day. Come on, man. Kick it.
I'm a PhD.
PhD. There we go. All right. Anger. Got the red lights on. Anger gets shit done. And I get it. There are a lot of women out there who are saying, guess what, man? I've been hurt. Let's turn up the anger real high. You've been hurt. Okay. Anger gets shit done. But is it keeping you safe? Are any of these signs keeping you safe? Is any of this stuff actually working for you? Because women who are dealing with these signs typically aren't very happy. Typically aren't very happy. So here's what we're going to do. You're not happy. I get it, you're not happy. But what are you going to do about it? You can't be upset all the time. No one wants to be shamed. No one wants to feel guilt. The need to be right. This is where we're going to go. All right, we're going to open up the call line because it's been kind of crazy. Open the call line and then we go into it. Do. Sorry about that. Open up the call line. They need therapy, right? No. Do we all need therapy? I don't think so. But I think that some of you guys need to realize where you're at in this whole thing. and get it done. So we're about to get the call line open. Go to intermission and take it to the next level. I will drop the Zoom link in the chat room.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. Money work. Todo el dinero, solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Our issues.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. Yeah. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah. Money work.
Don't come back in here doing that
Se
shit.
arregla con dinero. Money work. De corazón.
I don't control the
La plata
power.
no te hace ser feliz.
I only control what I can
De
control.
corazón. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunático.
So, here we go. Yeah, people are glued into the results. Ladies, go ahead and call in. Got somebody on here. I don't know who you are. Let's do this. Let's do this. Unmute yourself. First name. Are you a woman? Oh, okay. Where are you from? Okay. Well, this is for the ladies to call in. So, all right. Thanks. Guys, understand something. When I have the men's show, you're more than welcome to call in, but guys don't really want to hear what you guys have to say or what I have to say about women's issues. If the show has shown nothing else, that men want to hear what women have to say. Whether they like it or not, it's irrelevant. They want to hear it. And they don't want to hear what you and I are talking about them because they already feel like we don't understand them. I get some of you got some stuff you want to get off your chest, some stuff you want to say, but shout out Ike, what's going on, fam? What are the 4 signs? Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. It spells sign. Shame, insults, guilt, the need to, oh, Jesus. Oh, God. I need a drink. Already. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. Those are the signs of a low value woman. And one of the things I find interesting is a lot of the women that I tend to have a difficulty with on the show is they just refuse to accept when they're off on something. Think about the need to be right. A lot of you ladies, you will gaslight, move the goalpost. You will use all kind of narcissistic, manipulative tricks and just to avoid admitting fault. I've seen this on YouTube for years. I have seen a woman get caught dead to rights on something she said on a video. Everybody in the chat room said, no, you said that. Everybody on the panel said, no, you said that. No, I didn't. No, you didn't. Prove it. Guy pulls up the tape, the recording with her there. Unedited. And went to the exact point where she said what she said in context. Did she admit that she was wrong? No. We still misunderstood what she said. I was like, wow. So get this right. With some women, even a recording of them is insufficient. How do you do it? What value is a woman like this to anyone? That's the question. It's funny, it's chuckle, ha 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 ha. But what value is this? What value is this woman to anyone? What value? I don't know. Monique, your audio is not connected. What value is she to anyone? I would say she's of extremely low value. I got another link in here. So there's the interview link that says Ask Godfather. So moderators, there are 2 links to join the show. Both of them are the same. I got 2 systems running now to where I can get double people in here. But you still must be a lady to get on. So think about this. If you're a woman and you use these tactics in the work world, in your just day-to-day interactions with people, how enticing would it be for a man to have to commit, marry, and live in a household with a woman who operates under these signs? Shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. How enticing would that be? Monique, Your audio is not connected. I'm gonna put you back in the waiting room. I don't know what's going on, but connect your audio. Ladies, so much more could be gained if you did something that
What's up, Doc?
Dr. Lucia talked about yesterday. If you had a forgiving spirit and would just offer the men in your life some grace, allow them to make mistakes without hearing you tell them how wrong they are, how you should have, how you knew it was going to, he made a mistake. I knew it was going to happen. First off, you insulted me. You're not that bright. I was smarter than you. I should have did insults, guilt, because he's got to carry the burden of being wrong. You shame him for being wrong. And then what do you think a guy wants to hear this? Versus let it go. Just let it go. Let it go. And you'd be amazed at how a forgiving spirit and just admitting fault. I was wrong. Oops, my bad. I was wrong. See, the funny thing is, many of you ladies, you'll hammer a point to death. But even after when you finally do admit you're wrong, here's what you get from an apology from so many women, especially from black women. You get, oh, I'm sorry. I was wrong. You've been arguing about this for the last 90 days, every day, day in, day out. And then was proved that you were wrong. You just want to issue one apology with no emotion, no exuberance, no nothing, and expect that to balance the psychological chaos you put onto a person. No, ladies, you must balance the scale. If you've heaped a lot of psychological crap onto somebody, you must go 3 times over to balance it out. Shout out, Fat Cat. I don't know what's going on with you, Monique, but you're not connecting. So join the show. If you have a question, join the show. How are your apologies, ladies? Low value women suck at apologies. Low value women suck at apologies, suck at accountability, suck at honesty. Accountability, honesty, and apologies. Accountability, honesty, and apologies. Accountability, honesty, and apologies. Accountability, honesty, and apologies. Low value women suck at all of these. Rarely, if ever, take accountability for it. You lie like you're dishonest, like the wind blows. And the worst lies are your lies of omission or misdirection. How many times have you heard a woman get on my panel and I didn't say that I said that. You never asked the direct question. See, a low value woman will play in gray areas because she thinks it's a game. So I said, high value women don't play games. Low value women, that's all it is to a game to them. Well, I never said that person was how old. You didn't ask me this question. Like, yeah, I can admit I'm wrong. No problem. Good. Now, how often do other women accountability, honesty, and apologies? How often do you apologize? Well, when you are always right, you don't need to apologize. Oh, let me go ahead and help you out here. I don't know you, but you go on ahead and be in timeout. You don't notice, person I just put in timeout. I don't need you here. If you don't want to be here, if you got a different agenda, please exit. Understand something. That's a low value woman that just came in here. Again, the signs: shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. Versus saying, you know what? These things exist. Nope, I'm wrong because I bring it up. You see how that happens? That no matter how it ranks, it's always a guy. Instead of saying, you know what? Women are fallible too. And yes, I've seen and witnessed these things in women, possibly even myself as a woman. Nope. You're abusing women. Okay. Right. Monique, you're just not getting it. So I'm going to go ahead and put you in the, you're going to need to do something else, Monique, because your audio is not connecting. See, just like the one swirler that kept calling and asked me to quote all the negative black male stats. Many of you ladies are so sensitive. And what is shown is you're not made of the stuff that your mothers, your grandmothers, your great-grandmothers are made of. You're made from your snowflakes. As soon as something happens to hurt your feelings, everybody else is wrong. You cannot take any criticism. Critiquing you is like breaking your heart. And I'm sorry. The world was built with women that were far more substantive than that. You got women who don't even want to hear the word obese. What's that? I've heard a woman say using the word obese is white supremacy. Yes. Every time they use the word obese, it's really code. And I'm like, ma'am, you're every bit of 300 pounds. And this woman sat here. I wish should I pull that clip up? You know what? Let me go ahead and pull the clip up. I will show you guys the clip. Sydney. Did you guys know that obesity is racism? Did you know that? Did you guys know that? Yeah. Where is it at? Oh, crap. See if I can find it. Obesity is racism. Who knew? Racism, that you're obese. Yeah. Fair use.
Why do I get the feeling we're going to deep dive into disappointment? Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to my channel. You probably ago.
Like, I hate when people talk about black women being obese. I hate it because it becomes a way to blame us for a set of conditions that we didn't create.
Fair use.
We are living in the Trump era. And look, those policies kill our people. You can't get access to good health care, good insurance. The research says that black...
This woman is
I'm a PhD.
Is a doctor. Look at that right there. That woman is a doctor. Talk about you can't get access to a doctor.
Women, when we do the same diets as white women, we lose less weight and we lose it slower. even when we're following the diet, than our white women counterparts. And
this is the argument she made with a straight fair use. This argument she made with a straight face.
what public health practitioners think is that our stress responses in the body change our metabolism. It's literally that the racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
In case it was
Yeah, that happened. That happened.
I'm a PhD.
She's a PhD. So, yeah, that happened. That happened. Yeah, that happened. So, what we're going to need is for you folks to just be more realistic and understand something that, how do you have a conversation with someone who believes that their obesity is somewhere caused by white supremacy and racism? No. How does that happen? Why did I bring that up? Because, hello? So many, unfortunately, feminism has allowed, and here's the thing, I was a child in the 70s, and I remember some of the ERA commercials, and I thought as a young man that ERA made sense. It was the way they put it. But the thing is, if it's always someone else's fault, how do you ever fix anything? Remember I said accountability, honesty, and apologies? Did that woman sound like she took any accountability for the morbid obesity that she has eaten herself into? Again, this woman is a PhD, an educated woman. She has resources. And she said, I hate when people use the word obese. What word should they use? Snuggly tumpterificness? I mean, seriously. And this is part, and it's talking and thinking like that is. And here's the thing. Value, ladies, is you got to ask yourself a real question. Do you ever want to have a man in your life? And I hear so many women talking as if their degrees and everything else completely fulfills them. And that's not true. I go back to Lonnie Love, who used to be the most diehard, I don't need no man, whatever. And she was in tears talking about how nice it is to have a man. But at what point are you ladies willing to go ahead and admit the truth? You want a man and you need a man. You just don't know how to get one. You want him, you need him, you just don't know how to get him. And see, honestly, there are guys on this show right now who would be willing to be your husband, your boyfriend, your significant other, if you would just be willing to be honest. If you're just willing to be honest and start and say, you know what? I need a man. This self-pleasuring stuff ain't working. You need one. Finance cool, but I'd rather have, let's get into it. Why aren't you ladies connecting your audio? Seems like none of you guys tonight seem to. Okay, for the ladies on the Zoom call, you must select call in using internet and audio. You're just sitting in the waiting room without audio. I can't speak to you. I'm putting you back in the waiting room. Monique, Amanda, both of you are in the waiting room. You must connect your audio or you cannot come into the show. What the French toast, man? Let's see. Love that chicken from Popeyes. So, ask to start video. What's going on with women today? Your audio's not connected. What's going on with women today as to why your audio is... Shame. If the first thing you want to respond when someone says something that bothers you is with shame, that makes you low value, man. That lowers your value. How about that? It lowers your value. If shame is one of the first responses you want to use when somebody says something that bothers you, it lowers your value. If insults, that's how you respond when somebody says something that lowers your value. When somebody says something that bothers you, it lowers your value. If guilt, that's how you respond when somebody says or does something that bothers you, that lowers your value. And if you need to be right above all else at all times when dealing with other people, with men in particular, it lowers your value. Amanda, it says connecting your audio. Amanda's connecting to audio. Can't hear you yet. Oh, they can't hear me. So, there we go. Amanda finally figured out how to connect. Monique, you still can't do it. Unmute yourself, Amanda. Hello. Yeah, hi, how are you? When you came into Zoom, are you on an iPhone or an Android? When you came into Zoom, it gave you an option to select call in with internet and audio. Did you not press that? Gosh. Go ahead. What's your question?
Are you asking me a question?
What do you have for me?
No, I don't really have anything. This is my first time actually like talking to you because I just happened to see one of the pictures you posted on YouTube and it threw me off
What do you mean it threw you off?
because you had said this, I guess this is what a normal woman looks like at 170 pounds or something. And then I started looking at comments because I wasn't sure what it was referencing.
Hold on. Repeat what you think I said.
It said, let me just go back to it because I don't want to say
No,
it wrong.
yeah, because what you're gonna say is not the truth. I said
Right,
this is what a woman of 5'2", 175 pounds tends to look like.
That's right. That is what you said.
So what's the problem?
No, there's no problem. I didn't know what it was referring to. So then
Okay.
I was like, maybe I should look at your page. But then I started looking at people's comments under the picture and I was like, so this is not what a woman should look like? She shouldn't weigh this amount? That's why I started like looking at your page.
It was based off of a show I've done, And oftentimes I will have women calling in saying they're 5'2", 175 pounds, a dress size 8, claiming that they have a 25-inch waist and built this way or that way, and it's simply not true. A woman is 5'2", 180 pounds is not a dress size 8. She's usually a 12 or a 14. So what I did is I posted women who are 5'2", 175 pounds on my Instagram and on my YouTube to say, this is what women of that height and that weight tend to look like.
Yeah.
So it obviously elicited a response in you. How tall are you?
I'm 5'5".
How much do you weigh?
Currently, I weigh 149. I lost 10 pounds last month, so I feel pretty good about myself. But I was just thrown off by that picture, and then the comments. And I was like, "What is this referencing?" That's the only thing. And then I started like watching another one of your videos, and I was like, I'm a little confused. And I was like in the comments asking like, "What is this gentleman's videos about?" Because I was just
Well,
like,
why
I
don't
don't
you watch them yourself?
want to say anything. No, like when you this video that you're airing right now is like 10 o'clock my time. So normally I'm in the bed around this time.
Ma'am, I didn't say watch them live. I just said watch them yourself. See
No,
what you basically
I am gonna watch them.
listen. I don't understand why you ladies look at something out of context. That's fine. You can't determine what pops up in your feed or whatever.
Right.
But going to the comment sections, starting conversations with strangers
Mhm.
is a waste of time when you could have just went to a video and clicked on it and found out what I'm saying myself. That's
That is
lazy.
true.
That's
That is true.
lazy.
It is. It's a bad for me, I know it's a bad thing because I tend to look at people's comments and not even watching the whole video. I like look at the
How old
comments
are you?
right away.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
You're 35?
Yeah.
All right. I don't understand why a 35-year-old would not. Why are you going? I mean, I'm serious. I'm trying to understand. I get it. You got in the feed, but you asked a bunch of strangers, "What is my videos about?" What somebody's supposed to take the time out of their day to tell you something?
No, I'm not expecting them to.
But what did you
I
expect?
did I did act only because I watched one of your other live videos, and I just wanted to know what was your channel about, and I thought maybe somebody would answer really fast, but they didn't, and it's true. I could have went to your videos and then watched what your page is about. I didn't really have to ask anybody in the comments.
It makes no sense to me. I guess I'm like, all right, because it's like you didn't like the post.
No, it's not that I didn't like the
Oh,
post.
you did like
I
it.
I did like it but my thing is I didn't know what it was referencing. You told me I should look at the video, but like you said, I immediately went to the comments and people were like bashing her, and I was like,
First off, take that word
so it's
out
a bad
of
thing
your.
that you
First
think
off,
that?
what does that mean? What does that mean? Bash. What does that mean?
Well, they were like saying like, well, she's overweight. That's the reason why she don't
Excuse
have
me.
a husband.
So
She don't
so
have a
was she
boyfriend.
overweight for her height?
For her height, yes, I will
So
agree for
stop,
her height.
stop, stop. So it was a statement of fact and true.
From what I know, yes.
Then why would you call? So
Even for my
listen. So
height, even
listen.
for my
No,
height.
no, 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 no. You're not going to overtalk me. It's not what you're not going to do. So you just said she was overweight for her height. That's true and a fact. But you call it bashing.
From what other people say.
No, ma'am. I asked you what does that mean? No, I asked you said they were bashing her. I said, what does that mean? You said that they said she was overweight. I allowed you to define what you meant by bash. And I asked you, was she overweight? And you said for her height and her weight, that's yes. I said, so it's true and accurate that she is overweight. Yes. So you are lying when you said somebody was bashing. You just lied. And I'm tired of you women lying on men and just throwing words out there to exactly what this broadcast is about. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. See what she just did? She just went and shamed guys in the comment section for telling the truth that she could see with her own eyes. At 35. It's not right, ma'am.
It's not.
So why don't you? So
I think
so what
our
color do
country
you
is
think the men were? So what race do you think the men that were bashing her? What do you think they are?
I mean, there's no guarantee that just men. It could be also women.
You said the men. I asked you about the men because you said the men. I said, what
No,
race do you
I don't
think
know
the
if I
men?
said men. Maybe I just
No,
meant to
no.
say people in
Again,
empowerment.
guys, remember what I said? You can repeat what they said, and they will make you pull up the tape. So you can't make this shit up. You said men. What race do you think the men that were bashing her are?
It could be any race.
I said, what do you think? See how the lies and omission and obfuscation and gaslighting begin, guys? See how that works?
Yeah.
Just ask a simple question, ma'am, and you have refused to ask a simple question. Become evasive and start manipulating, gaslighting, moving the goalpost, lying. You guys just do. Black women like yourself, you guys just, you do this so effortlessly. You don't even realize how pathological you sound. Versus just answering the question. So again, what race do you think the men in the comment section were?
I think they were African Americans.
So again, why is that? Why do you think I asked that question?
I'm not sure.
I wanted to see how a 35-year-old woman would speak about black men that she did not know. You came in here lying on black men, mischaracterizing what they said. And my problem is, ma'am, black women like yourself have no problem lying on black men, distorting what black men say. You treat our image and the image of black men like it's garbage. And then you expect us to sit around and protect you and care about you and everything else. It's like we're not even on the same team. You came in and said those men were in there bashing her. And that's not true. I moderate the comments. Only the truth is allowed in there. Anything that was really over the top and negative gets taken out. And all you could come up with is you said that they said she was overweight. And you said that's true. But the fact that you said black men are in her bashing her meant that you had no problem saying that black men are in here doing something wrong when they weren't doing anything wrong. But you said that they were wrong. Unless you think bashing is right. Do you have any children?
No.
Do you ever plan on having any kids?
For my age, I'm not sure right now.
Well, if you do and have a son, remember, he's a black man too. Don't toy with our image. You don't like us toying with yours. Thank you. Come again. Seriously. Ladies, these things matter. You casually and cavalierly throw things around, but then you get upset when black men even say the truth. But you have no problem exaggerating, distorting, and lying. And I hope more people start calling this stuff out. You guys just do this too easily. All right, Monique, you're just not going to get in because your audio's not connecting. So I don't get it with her. So, all right, 11:30. We're going to drop it back in here. And we're just going to open it up. Anybody who wants to come in and answer a question, there are the instructions that are in there. Click to call in using audio and internet. You have to click and call in using audio and internet. You must click that link or else it won't work. I don't know. Maybe that'll make it clearer. But I will open it up. Does anyone have a different opinion? Any of you ladies have a different opinion on what I said to her? I really want to hear. Do some of you ladies have a different opinion? Do you think it was no big deal? I mean, what? I'm really curious because I am really kind of over how often you women say the word bash today. Yeah, telling the truth is bashing. I mean, I mean, and again, do you not see it that way? Because what I honestly think is so many sisters today really are just kind of blind to how callously they speak about black men. But then you get upset when you feel like black men are speaking callously about black women. We're supposed to respect you and say and treat you in one way, but you just treat us like any old kind of way. Ms. Brown says there's bashing and then there's bullying. Okay. Well, in reference to the photo I posted, it was a public photo on Instagram of a woman documenting her weight loss journey. It wasn't a private photo. And I said in the comments, this is what a woman 5'2", 175 pounds tends to look like. You know what? I'll do you one better. I'll show it. Because what I really think is that far too many black women today, you cannot stand any criticism, constructive or otherwise. It doesn't matter. Let's see. Let me go ahead and put this up so we can all be on the same page. For reference, this is what a 5'2", 175 woman tends. This for reference. This is what 5'2" and 175 pounds tends to look on a woman. The woman's not even black. Did that on purpose. That's it. That's it. There's no commentary. There's no bashing. That's it. It's a public photo. Public photo. So you can't bash or bully anybody that has a public photo up there. It's a public photo. Let's see. Let's go to IG. Let's show this again for reference. For reference, this is what 5'2". This is what a 5'2" woman who weighs 175 pounds tends to look like. No bashing, no bullying, no nothing. Yeah, you're gonna have to do better than this. Oh God, are you back trying again? Okay, here we go. Unmute yourself. That the best you got? Didn't even get it in. Sad. So, I don't see no bashing or bullying. No, you don't. Mm-mm. So, 24 minutes before I get up out of here. In all honesty, so, to some of the ladies who are my critics, here's my question to you. There's some of the women who who are my critics. How should a man go about discussing facts, truth, statistics, and data regarding issues that many men have with women, black, white, or other? How should a man go about talking about the truth with you? How should we do it? Because what I tend to hear is, I like your program, this or that. However, you shouldn't be so harsh. You shouldn't be so this. You shouldn't be so that. Okay. Then how should we go about it? That's what I want somebody in here to tell us, because it seems like, to me, what I get overall is there's some of you ladies that just don't want to hear anybody speak the truth. It's all subjective because it's a generalization. You shouldn't say anything. Yeah, I think that's where we come to. I think I have a couple things I want to add to you ladies. Is many of you ladies are going to have to accept the fact that men are men. Men are men. And if you want a man who is going to be a 100% guy, who's going to be able to pay the bills, pay the costs, be the boss, all those other kind of things, you are going to have to accept that he comes with male authority. It is unrealistic to expect a man to be a traditional man's role and then you not have to deal with his authority in the home. It's unrealistic. It's unrealistic that you should expect to deal with a man and not get anything other than your way. Go ahead. Okay, first, let's start with your name. That's what I thought. Can you weirdos please stop calling? I mean, some of you guys are, I mean, this is an adult program. I don't understand. I just don't understand. I'm expecting grown-ups. And I find it interesting that some of you ladies really just cannot handle. You have such valid critiques of men, sure. But who can offer valid critiques of women? And I think it's fair to say that for the last 30 plus years, especially from daytime talk TV through programming is meant to deceive, lie, and tell women what they want to hear. That there's nothing wrong with you. That it's always the man's fault. That men should accept you the way they are. That if a man wants you to look a certain way, he's misogynistic. Or if a man wants you to look this way, act a certain way, he's a chauvinist. Basically, man bad, you good. And that may have been soothing to your ears, but your outcomes, men aren't dealing with women on that level. And the more you want a man to be able to do, the more that man is going to have standards and come with authority. And many of you, honestly, have never asked yourself the question, do you want to sit under male authority? And black women in particular. I hear black women railing against a patriarchy. Well, it is you want a patriarchy where you're on top of the patriarch. You want a man to be in a traditional man's role of protector, provider, prophet, priest. Yet you don't have to answer to him or any of the other men. It doesn't work that way. This is when it starts to break down into racial lines. The word submit triggers African American women more than it does anyone else from what I've seen. And the whole notion of male authority. What should a man be able to say to you, do to you? I mean, you get what I'm saying. And we're to the point now to where men can't even critique. A man can't even say that you're overweight without saying it's bashing. Where does this ultimately end, ladies? If you think I'm wrong and guys like myself are wrong, okay, fine. Where does it ultimately end for you? Because the marital rates are still dropping and declining. And one thing I have seen go up is pet ownership and same-sex female relationships. Is that what you want? Because whatever it is, what I haven't seen happen is female happiness increase. When I look around Atlanta or Oklahoma, or even when I look around women, especially in the African American community, I do not see happy women. I do not see joyful women. I don't see smiling women. When I had my event in Dallas, Men in Training, and I took 15 men over to Highland Park and we had lunch, and I said, I need you guys to just sit here, be quiet, and listen to the conversations being had by women around there. And they were shocked that they didn't hear any, my baby daddy or this guy ain't that. It was happiness. They were talking about life, the kids and this, and we're going on a trip. And we're talking about average looking women. We're not talking about models. We're going to Costa Rica. We're going here. We're going there. And these women were not getting into Lamborghini trucks. They were going into Toyota Camrys. So miss me thinking that all these non-black women over there were just happy because they were rich. No. Is there any honor in being with a man, a black man in particular? Since because there are a lot of black folks over here, is there any honor for that? How do you plan on being under male authority, especially when you want male provisioning? So, what is it going to take for you ladies to, now we're just kind of in free flow. I would love to see more of you ladies with a smile on your face. It'll be easier to be around you. And let's talk about it. Most people should not fear you. What does that mean? I've overheard far too many people in my lifetime fear upsetting or saying something that's going to bother a black woman. You're not the boogeyman. What is it going to take for you to be happy? For you to smile in life? What is it going to take for you to accept the fact that you can decide to stop fighting with men and the world and reality? You don't have to go through the world with your hands up, ready to fight everybody. I mean, it's a choice. Especially because, unlike your grandmother and great grandmother, you're more educated, have more access to resources, money. Why? Free spirit. I see a lot of men. Knock it off. See, instead of answering the question, you're coming to diagnose men that you don't know in the comment section. Let me say this. A lot has been made over comments that the rapper Ice Cube made about Fox Soul, when he was on Fox Soul and the Contract of Black America. Maxine Waters, the Congressman Maxine Waters, in my opinion, lost her mind. Basically telling black men that if you vote for Trump and he wins, you should be ashamed of yourself. And she said some of the most disgusting things I've ever heard a woman say to a group of men. She talked to black men as if she was our grandmother. Like we don't know anything. Let me let you ladies in on a secret. Black men are not your sons. We're not your kids. And just like I talked to that young girl the other day, 22 years old, and you talk to me like I'm your peer, that shit is over. That just won't work. So whatever it is in if you're moving in this way, you're going to have a very hard time dealing with men in general, black men in particular. Because they're not even trying to hear this stuff anymore. And so I find it funny when I got people over saying that, men resent women. Let's just say you're accurate. Do you want to, just like you want men to ask, well, why? Well, then do you ask the question, why did they do that? Who are they raised by? When you got guys from the age of 17 to 21, not even considering dating women that look like them, why? Where the resentment come from? Where the issues come from? And it all goes back to the same thing in the beginning of this broadcast. Shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. Lacking accountability, honesty, and apologies. I wonder what women in the chat room have ever apologized to a man that they did wrong. Unsolicited apology. Unsolicited apology heartfelt apology that you issued to somebody you did wrong. You're more likely just to let sleeping dogs lie. I respect men who show that they're respectable. That's bull crap. Go ahead and time you out. That's bull crap. That's timeout worthy. That's bull crap. That is such crap. It's guilty until proven innocent. You should be ashamed of yourself. Hello? Hello?
And how are you?
Hello, how are you? What do you
I'm
got for
good.
me?
I'm good. So I just wanted to quickly just let you know I've enjoyed your show. Of course, you know that I was the one who, you know me, I was the one who had an issue first or a misunderstanding, and then I was in awe of you, and now I'm completely obsessed. So you already know the backstory to that. Um, so I just wanted to just touch on something that you were saying. I've agreed with almost every video, but the submission. I think that this is just a lie that us women, we just started spinning this lie to ourselves because of, men are equal to women. And this whole notion of what society has kind of, told us that we're equal. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. And it's like, it's true. And the way the feminist movement has impacted us is just so severe that women really need to look at themselves and understand what that word means to submit. They have this negative connotation to it. It's almost like when you hear the word slave.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that you're worthless. It doesn't mean that, but it's about knowing your role. What role do you play? And there's this book that I read while I was married, and I believe it was one of the most controversial books, but I think it could save so many women, married or not. It's called
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating Womanhood. It's about
Okay.
how I don't know if you've heard of it, by Helen. I forgot her last name.
Mm-mm.
Um, it was written in the 60s when women actually knew their role, and it was recently revived, but it's making like a silent comeback. And for any woman who wants to know anything about being feminine and knowing how to keep a man and not just get him, that femininity and that role that you play will have, you are the foundation. You are what is needed to, for a family. And putting it all on a man and blaming a man is not getting society anywhere. And society is built on family first. So
Mm-hmm.
so submit. It's just like, it's not negative. It's what you have been indoctrinated. It's just society. If you can just disconnect and understand that submitting is just knowing your role, being feminine, knowing exactly what that role entails and actually executing it, and being kind, loving, cooking, all of these things is just what our ancestors did anyway. So this is something that was placed within me when I was younger. 5 years old, we got we were told how to be feminine, cook,
Were you
clean,
raised?
really early.
Were you raised? Now you are you a member of the nation?
No, I wasn't. I'm actually a Somali and Eritrean. I'm East
Okay.
African, and in our culture,
Okay.
our culture is big on that. They
So
just kind of,
you're Muslim though, right?
yeah, I'm
Okay.
Muslim.
Okay.
But a lot of the Muslims actually, they don't, like, there's a lot of Muslims that they don't raise their children in that way. Sometimes it's like the culture that plays a role.
Mm-hmm.
But in Islam, you're supposed to, but they don't usually do it. It's the culture. And I just feel like if it wasn't for my mom raising me that way,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know how to have been what my ex-husband said, the best woman he's ever met. He's the best wife. He could never figure out
Mm-hmm.
he just couldn't. Like, when I would say, can you tell me anything I need to work on? He'd be like, well, you do interrupt me a lot or something.
Let me
It's like,
now. How long have you guys been divorced? I'm gonna get to you next, Brianna.
We've been divorced for a year.
How long are you guys married?
11.
I don't know if I never asked you this. Is there any chance of reconciliation?
So
What just
it
happened?
got me and him having such a good relationship, and I've been less resentful and more willing
I
to
didn't
give him
hear
up.
whether you said yes or no because you kind of cut out.
I would say right now 50-50. If a lot, yeah. I'm yeah.
Okay, that's good. I mean, honestly, you called. I mean, this dating market is no joke, sis.
Right.
It's no joke. I mean, you're an attractive woman, but I know you're a mother of two, right?
Yes, I am.
Look.
You've let me know. Trust me, I know.
No. It's not even that. I'm just
Yeah.
laughing at how many women who have gotten back with their husbands over the last. It's honestly best for everybody. If there's a chance, I mean, dating sucks for you guys. I'm not gonna lie, it really does.
It does, and I'm thinking, and I'm realizing that I'm the problem. I'm not made for this dating world.
Well, and if that's the case, if there's a chance you guys get back together,
Right.
you know, just think about. I just don't.
No, I
Strangely enough,
totally
I
understand.
would say this. I know a couple that they actually went through and got completely divorced, and they moved back together, and they have been together, living in the same. Only thing that's not there is the legal contract, but they've been together this way longer than they were married the other way. It's crazy. Hold on, Hannah, Brianna, hold on, Brianna, what you got for me? Hi, how are you? What you got for me?
I was wondering, so I've been listening to you and I understand everything that you say is really for our benefit to ultimately get into a relationship and maintain it. So I was wondering if you did manage to do that and you're in the danger zone and you do meet a man and you're with him and he's of high value or, good quality. If there is, you get into a monogamous relationship and then there's cheating on his part, I mean, is there a situation to where like you're making a deal at that point, or do you just go ahead and
Well,
sever the situation?
well, okay. Fidelity is a big problem these days because of the sheer amount of access. So, just for how old are you?
40.
All right. So, if it's if he cheated on you, how'd you find out about it? It has to come down to the circumstance, because if it was, because one, men, for us, sex is sex. For you guys, sex means more than just sex. Um, I don't think you should just accept rampant infidelity if that wasn't if you guys were not in an open relationship. But I think you have to have the conversation. Did this happen?
Yes, it happened, and
How did you find out about it?
well, I was sitting next to him, and he's always playing games on his phone, and it was actually seen that he was actually doing it to like mass text messaging when
Uh
people were
huh.
coming in to kind of just intervene those. So he'll
Oh,
just
okay. So
yeah.
when you say he cheated, what did he do?
So the woman told me that basically she had been, having sex with him on and off for the entire year, and we were together for 2 years. So she
How'd you
here
talk
on
to
and
her?
off. Yeah, this was the woman that was texting, and
But I'm saying, how did you talk to her?
I used the once I seen the phone that was somebody texting, then I called the number, responded
So
back.
so you picked up his phone that you suspected him of cheating on you with.
Now I was sitting right next to him, and the
But
text message came in.
but again, so I'm just following a trail of so
Oh,
the text message came in. The phone was in whose possession?
it was in his hand at the time, and
And
I
you
said, "Who's?"
and
I
you
said,
took it from him.
Yeah, I said, who was this?
Hold
He
on.
said, well, that was a,
Oh, listen.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Calm down. Don't get triggered.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not him. So how
I,
you took the phone from him and then you called the number?
mm-hmm.
Ma'am, why didn't you have a conversation before you did all that?
Well, it happened fast. He was
No,
actually,
no, no, it was wrong.
right.
See, this is where you ladies need to go ahead and admit ownership. That's wrong. You're 40 and you acted like a straight 15-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to give him a pass for doing it, but I'm saying, what's the first thing I said? You need to have the conversation first. But instead, what happened? You end up getting triggered, snatch the phone out of his hand, start screaming, hollering, and yelling, call this woman, blowing up the spot, talking to her. You lose any moral high ground in that, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then, how many times have you spoken to this woman?
Well, I just spoke to her that night. So that was pretty much it because at that point,
That's it. You spoke to her one time.
no, I spoke to her, that night, the next day, that was it. And then
No.
she said that, that was our thing. We needed to handle that. She didn't
Hold
want to be
on.
involved.
Hold on. Exactly.
After
So,
she, told me.
listen. You spoke to her before you spoke to him.
Well, Kevin, I know what you're saying because you are right, but I did speak with him at the same time, and
No,
his.
ma'am. No, stop. No, exactly wrong.
Mhm.
See, this is what I mean.
You mean just to have a whole conversation with him without having involving the
Man, that's
girl?
okay. Yes, because one, you treated your man as like he's basically you took him from a man's position and put him in a boy's position. You act like you were a mama, not a lover.
Mhm.
And I know women will probably say, well, he got you upset, but no, you're a grown 40-year-old woman. And you called another woman. So let me get this right. You suspected he was cheating. You took his phone, which is wrong. Then did he unlock it for you? Or was it all no, whatever.
It was everything was open. He didn't,
Ma'am, this
he
is
did,
I
yeah.
don't even know why he would want to go back in this, man, because you even him cheating was being wrong, the way you handled it was wrong.
Mhm.
And then you called this woman and you talked to her then. And I didn't just have a 2-minute conversation. I don't believe you just talked to her one time. I believe you talked to her several times until she said, look, I ain't trying to hear all this. That's between you and your man.
Mhm.
Yeah, you are wrong in this one too, man.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, you've done more damage on the backside.
Mhm.
I mean, do you see that?
Yes, I do.
Was it worth it?
I mean, ultimately, that's, I know that you're not, a psychologist or nothing, just to get a male perspective of, what you thought, because, I mean, in my younger
You're still
years,
with him though, right?
no, I'm not.
Okay, how long ago was this?
This was 2 years ago.
No offense. And how old are you now?
40.
And this happened 2 years ago?
Yes.
I gotta ask, man, why is this relevant today?
I always just wanted to know, just to get a perspective about it, and maybe because of the way I handled it.
Yeah, you knew
Um,
you were wrong. He was wrong, but you were wrong. And look, man, see, uh,
because ultimately, why I'm revisiting it is because it could very well happen again.
No. You could happen again. That's why you're revisiting it. You could happen again. I'm not taking away from you. You could happen again. See,
Well, somebody
him being wrong, ma'am, doesn't change the fact that you're wrong at what you did. You contacted this woman that you suspected him cheating on you with, and you took her word. You took everything that she said as the truth. You don't know this woman, and eventually,
the only thing is
therapy, man. No. But the thing is, ma'am, therapy, because you guys were together how long?
2 years.
And how long were you together after this incident?
None.
Well, good. You were with somebody for 2 years. You ended the relationship after this incident, and you're still living in it 2 years later. Doesn't sound like you want anything to me, ma'am. Quite honestly.
No, I haven't, and that's the thing. I know as far as moving forward.
In order to move forward, therapy, you have to understand your part in this. Did you ask him why he felt the need to step out on you?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said things like, I was doing what I wanted to do. He felt like, just the blame game, basically.
No. What do you mean? Who was doing what they wanted to do? You?
Yeah, he said that's why he basically did. He was like, he felt like
said
I
that
was
you were doing what you wanted to do. That's why.
He feels like I was doing what I wanted to do.
Were you?
No, I mean, we had disagreements about different things, but I wasn't cheating on him.
Okay,
so,
that's not. He didn't say you were cheating. He said you were doing what you wanted to do.
Right, and in those terms, that's the way.
No. What I need you to answer the question is: see, you're onto sex, so basically you invalidated this. Okay. What you're trying to paint the picture is that you were just innocent in this, and in this conversation, it seems like you're a hothead, man.
Right.
Seems like you're a hothead, and I'm gonna just go ahead and read something into it. Sounds like you're kind of hard to be with too. And if you would, he said you were doing what you wanted to do, and you just said, well, no, that's not true. Well, he had 2 years into you. Look, when infidelity happens, a heartbreak happens, it's hard to get over. But you ladies, I mean, what did you gain? You blew up a 2-year relationship and you got nothing. And 2 years later, you're still stuck. Where's he at?
He's in a relationship.
Exactly. Are you any happier today?
No, I mean, the thing is that I'm just.
Would you like to be back with him?
I wouldn't necessarily say that I would like to be back with him. I just feel that, through the time I've just been evaluating myself.
Right. Focusing on myself. Remember, guys?
No,
you're too damn old for this.
No, not focusing
you're too damn
on
old.
myself.
Okay, ma'am, you would like to be back with him because you're still talking about him 2 years later when he's in a relationship.
The thing is that I don't know, just listening to you overall has made me just think about put the whole experience to a microscope.
What would you do different today?
I probably would have handled the situation differently. That as far as that night, but it doesn't.
Did you hit him?
Did I hit him?
Yes.
Yeah, I threw a phone at him. Yeah.
Okay, so you got violent. Okay. All this abuse that y'all talk about, and this is what happens. Again, he was wrong, but didn't even listen to why he said what he did.
At that time, he wasn't explaining. This is conversation.
Well, how do you expect him to? Okay, so due respect, ma'am, how do you expect him to explain something when you act a zip damn fool?
I understand, but
Snatch your phone. Listen. You snatch a phone out of his hand, call up another woman, interrogate her, and get violent with him, and you expect him to be what?
I mean, all that in that instance, it's not what I expected as far as that. You know, he was still apologetic and wanted to get over things and things like that after that situation. But I'm saying as far as just the overall of dealing with somebody that's doing something like that at my age.
The problem is, look, man. Problem. I'm gonna say it again. Uh, you don't seem to really find any fault in what you did.
I mean, I will agree that I, did overstep as far as
Okay,
being
but were
upset.
you? But for the 2 years when he said you were doing your own thing, see, a lot of you sisters don't account for the fact that you alienate your men. Did you make it? How if you were doing if you were on your job, how come the spot was even available for him to cheat? Let's just go right there. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, how could he even get it up for somebody else?
Right. And the thing with that is that I was in school.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm a PhD.
I didn't have the,
Exactly. You were doing your own thing. Exactly. No, listen. Exactly. You prioritized. I was going to get to it eventually. You were doing your own thing. You were prioritizing other things over your relationship, and you.
No, I know what you're saying. No,
Ma'am,
but you were
you
saying
had a relationship. Why
I
was the
did.
door even open?
No. I mean, this is a situation. Let me give you a quick scenario. If you're working, you got a girlfriend, and you're working, you're doing your thing like you're doing now. I mean, just because you're doing your show, or you have to travel to New York or LA or what have you, that doesn't give her like, oh, you don't have time for me. That's your work.
No. See what I do though. See, I'm an adult. I communicate. And I
Yeah,
make sure. No. See, no. Since you're going to do that, see, I'm an adult. I
yeah.
communicate. I make sure I understand if I'm in a committed relationship. I understand that person's love language, and I make sure we're good.
And that's the
I
thing. He
listen,
was good.
No, you weren't.
No, I'm
See,
saying he was
no,
good,
no, you weren't. He wasn't good.
but he
See,
was not telling me that he wasn't
well,
good. Telling me that
see,
he was good.
stop. See, you're still triggered. What did I say? I
Yeah, he
said,
wasn't good.
listen. This is on you. Your responsibility was to make sure your man was good with you. It's not for him to come tell you shit. See, that's what I said. I would make sure that if I'm in a committed relationship, I'm going to do my part. You were doing your thing. He told you why the vacancy was there. And you still, well, if you'd have told me, I'd have did something different. That ain't his responsibility. A lot of you women are physically there, but emotionally absent. Your body was there, but your spirit wasn't there. Your soul wasn't there. You weren't into this guy, and like he needed you to be.
I mean, the reality of it is, sometimes in life you can't be there for somebody all the time
Well,
like that.
then here you then buy a dog and don't get mad when somebody's sleeping in your bed when you come home, since you're gonna be right. See, this is again the need to be right.
I
The
understand what
need to
you're
be
saying.
right. The need to, you said 40 years old and you still, again, he ain't the one that's stuck. You are. He's on with a whole new relationship.
Yeah, because he was cheating in the first place, Kevin.
Well, but so that means you should have been easier to move on. See,
No, it was easy for him
no, I'm
to move
done,
on because
lady.
he
I'm
was
done. I'm
cheating.
not gonna argue with you.
I don't.
I'm trying to be
I
nice, man, but
don't
I'm
want
not
to
gonna argue
argue,
with you.
Kevin. I'm just saying.
Don't keep calling my name. I don't like it when you ladies do that. I know my name is Kevin.
I did call you Kevin,
I
right?
do not keep calling me Kevin. I know my damn name.
Oh, okay.
I know what that means when you do that. That's tacky. Ma'am, all I'm saying is this. The man told you. You were doing your own thing. And honestly, it doesn't sound to me as though that you're being honest with your part in this. It's he cheated on me. I said he was wrong for that. But again, if
So,
you were
so
doing what you were supposed to be doing as a committed girlfriend, the door shouldn't even been open.
wow,
Wow, nothing.
that's deep.
It's the truth. But like so many black women, you rarely can see your fault. It's always a
Well, I
fault
can
of
see my
everyone
fault.
else.
I,
Then at
I
40
can
years old, at 38 years old, ma'am, you should be able to understand that if you were taking care of you guys were in a committed monogamous relationship, why was he feeling like you were doing your own thing? Because you were.
I mean, I was doing what I was supposed to be doing at that time.
And you got what you got. And so the answer is, if you take this kind of mindset into another relationship, don't be surprised if another guy cheats on you. But you can go ahead and be right all you want to, or you can learn.
I mean, I'm trying to get the lesson out of it because
Okay, here's the lesson. Take
but
ownership. Here's the lesson. One, take ownership. He didn't. First off, when we don't like you, we'll bring the bitch around you. He tried to at least hide it from you. When we don't care, we don't give a shit whether you find out or not. And we damn sure ain't trying to get back with you. He was wrong for cheating. And you were wrong for alienating him, alienation of affection of your relationship. He told you what was wrong. He tried to work it out with you. You didn't want to have nothing to do with it. That's why you're sitting here stuck 2 years later, because all the responsibility is that way. What does your therapist think?
Right. I need to have some.
Well, you went to college for what?
Yes.
For what?
One of your favorite professions.
Answer the question, 40-year-old lady. I don't know.
No, so, nursing.
Physician, heal thyself.
Say again.
Old adage, physician, heal thyself. In other words, you need to heal yourself, spirit. You need some therapy, man.
For sure.
Because at 40 years old, it doesn't sound like you're any more equipped to be with somebody than you were 2 years or 3 years or 4 years ago, however long it was. Like I said, he was wrong for cheating, but he wanted to get back with you, and he tried to explain to you what happened, and you weren't hearing none of it. Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah.
It took a while for me to stop being so upset about the situation.
Well, you still, what state do you live in? State.
Ohio.
Yeah, it's gonna be real cold around there in a minute.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well,
I get it. So
all right then.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Ay, Dios mío, papi. All right, ladies. I'm not saying that he was right for cheating on you by no stretch of the imagination. Never say that. But you gotta admit, that response, I'm gonna snatch your phone, I'm gonna call this woman. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. 40 years old? That's some teenage shit, man. I wouldn't be dealing with that. Why you cheat on me? Well, damn, you was doing your own thing. You wasn't taking care of home. Well, I had to go to school to get my nursing degree. Well, you got it. You got everything you want, and he's off in another relationship, and you got your nursing degree.
I'm a PhD.
And no relationship. Got to start prioritizing people, folks. Ladies, start prioritizing people. Men, we're about to go into this dark winter. You need to start prioritizing men. What are you doing all this for? What's the point? You got no one. We're in the holiday season now. Thanksgiving's going to be lonely like a mug for a lot of y'all. You're going to go to that Thanksgiving and see a bunch of other unmarried, a little plus size women sitting up there. No men around. And then after that, you're going to get real sad because you're going to see all these other women getting Tiffany's bags and Victoria's Secret, and ain't nobody buying you nothing. You ain't had nobody buy you nothing in years. You got to buy your own self a gift. Got to put up the tree for yourself. You being your own secret Santa. You know, you making that little elf. What's that little silly elf? You're making playing your own little tricks. Ladies, your life is about relationships. And at 30 plus, you should have something going on. And I want to help you get there. That's why I try to talk to sis. You know, I'm trying to work for a solution to get this therapy for people. Because you guys, we all need it. We got to figure out how to work with each other, talk to each other. I would not want to be cheated on either, but damn, do you want to be back out here? Take care of home. Trust me. Your godfather will tell you, on campaign, my next ex-wife, you like the marketing, but you take care of hey man, if you're going to be in a committed relationship, shit, cheat on me if you want to. That'd be dumb. Look. Yeah, we're going to have a show about fidelity. And I think it's different for 30 plus. For 27 and up, or 30 and up versus 30 and under, fidelity are two different things. For everybody over 30 years old, what these Zennials are going through, they're in a whole different thing. But anyway, I got to grab me some noodles tonight. Doc, I didn't see you in there. My bad. You got to ask yourself a question. I know this is going to be hard. I need to do our own show. Yeah, we got to do it. I'm thinking, is it always the other person's fault when they cheat? Because, see, women, you classify cheating as having sex. But many of you women are cheating right now. How many of you ladies, how many women have called into this show with full-fledged boyfriends, husbands, significant others, talking about they're on these level up channels, they're on these dating apps. A lot of you ladies are cheating. You're dating more than one man and you just got him saved under light bill, this and that. A lot of you ladies are cheating. You got a boyfriend and you got somebody in your DMs. You're cheating. And we're going to have to start calling you. You ladies cheat far more than men do. Far more. Far more. When you break up with him, that's because you already got another one in the tuck. You already got another one on the way. Monkey branching. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to talk about cheating. Who cheats more? Men or women? And I will say, today, you ladies are far more. Look, man, don't be deceived. If she ain't getting her head scratched with you, it's getting scratched somewhere. Oh, tomorrow we're going to go in. Because, see, I think a lot of you ladies get it confused. I mean, a woman last night, the 22-year-old, she's cheating on her boyfriend already. I'm not in love. Then leave him. Well, it's better than being alone. But as soon as I find a dude that's making more money, he's out of here. What do you think he'd say if he heard about this? He wouldn't like it. And I love to hear what you ladies. And you know, the funny thing is, I didn't hear any women in the comment section calling her out. I didn't see any women in the comment section calling that 22-year-old woman out. But let that have been a dude, you ladies would have let that dude have it. Let him have it. So, I will tell you this. Ladies, cheat on your man. I'm tell you what, we're one and done. Most dudes are one and done. Your man cheat on you, it's 10 to 1 out here. It's crazy, the numbers out here. Hey, we're going to have this conversation tomorrow. It's going to be crazy. I might have a panel tomorrow, the fidelity panel. I want to hear from you ladies. What's your views on cheating? And I'm going to have some guys coming here tomorrow night too. Yeah, that ought to be interesting. All right, people. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Sorry about the issues we have with the show, internet issues. You know, it's election night. I can't control what's going on over here. It is what it is. I'm hungry. Your godfather is going to get on the road. I'm fluting out to New York later on this week. Then I'm going to slide back to LA. Then going to swoop through OKC. Then I'm actually, yeah. Don't be surprised if I'm in your city. Thank you, everybody that called in. I mean, y'all, who did I come to? Let's see. Let me read the super chats. Tomorrow night's show should be off the chain. Go out and load your Walmart money card because you're gonna want to get a piece of this one. Throw the super chats in there. All right, man. Appreciate it. Till next time. Peace. We are gone. I believe in repossession. If she cheats on you, say a word about it. Call Apple Moving. Call two guys in the truck. While she's gone, back it up. Take the bag, the purses, them shoes, them everything you know. She come. No. You violated the terms. A breakup is one thing, but cheating, nah. Cheating, that's a violation in terms of agreement. So tell your yeah, I'm gonna need that Birkin back. I'm gonna need them shoes. I need all that back. Leave her an invoice. I'm gonna need to get that light bill back. All right, y'all. It was fun. That's fun. It was a good show. It's not a problem. Repo Kevin. I put it this way. I think everybody should have been cheated on. Make them pay. Make them regret it. Be the best. Because if you do what you're supposed to do, we're gonna have a show about this. See, a lot of times you ladies cheat. Think the grass is greener on the other side. That shit ain't nothing but astroturf. Nothing but astroturf. You cheat, dog gets beat. Alright, I gotta get up out of here, man. I have to bring this show down. I gotta look at the quality of it. Stuff like that. Follow me on Patreon. Support the program on Patreon. Thank you all the patrons for making this show happen. Patreon. Follow me on IG. The frat room videos you'll only see behind the scenes every day. IG videos are up, they're up, they're down, they're down. Email your show ideas. Book your one-on-one session with me here at info@byKevinSamuels. Peace out.